Like, I just loved a good project. Oh my god. If you juggling multiple people, kind of gives me like kid. He definitely hates me. We gonna get into that. So traumatizing. I would literally tag, like I would tag them, and he was there. Neither one of them decided to tell me. And do the math. I was like, oh, like I would crash out too. Like, give me a break. I still went back to him. Never again. Y'all gonna be like, girl, like, this is my first video from you. How y'all doing? I have my laptop here because I have written out a bunch of stories that I want to share with y'all about boys, not men, boys that I have encountered in my life. But we live to tell the stories, y'all. Do it for the plot. Also, I have nowhere to go right now. Nowhere. I'm literally going to the grocery store. So this is gonna be like a chill get ready with me. I'm gonna do this get ready with me in the correct order. The most popular one I've seen, other than the one I do, is outfit, hair, and makeup. No, because I'm not sitting through my hair and makeup. Honestly, if you're doing that means your hair and makeup has to take only like 30 minutes, because I'm not sitting there an extra hour and a half, 2 hours in my outfit before I even have to leave the crib. Like, I'm about to burn up even just in this hoodie, but I didn't feel like putting on a bra. I just put on a hoodie and we gonna call it a day. I love this drink. I'm manifesting a sponsorship one day from them. Okay, first of all, let's crack her open. A little disclaimer, I'm hoping the people that I'm talking about are not actually watching this video. I highly doubt they would be. Even if they are, I'm not gonna say anybody's name. Okay, so the reason why I even thought about making this video, my ex DM'd me the other day. First of all, I feel like they always end up doing that. It's not anything like, oh my god. Well, it is, but it's also like, you kind of expect it. Like, my brain can't compute the fact that like I dated him. But technically he is my ex, and I feel like it's kind of mean to not claim the relationship. So I'm gonna sit here and be like, you know what, yep, that's my ex-boyfriend. I just don't know what I was thinking. So pretty much me and this guy dated for 9 months, and even his friends at the time were like it kind of didn't make sense why I was dating him or why we were interested in each other or anything. Like, I'm telling you guys, I don't know how that happened. Like, for it just doesn't feel real, and I'm sure he feels the exact same way. We also had a long distance relationship, and I would drive to see him like all the time, and he never came down to see me. That also had to do with the breakup. It wasn't like this heartbreaking breakup, and my best friend went to the same college as him, and so did like a bunch of her childhood friends. 2 or 3 days after I broke up with him, my best friend gets a text, like one of those hey girly texts. So you could just imagine how I felt in the moment, because of course she told me. And girl, she was like, oh, is Arushi still dating so and so? Like, are they still together? This is like 2 or 3 days after I broke up with him, and I know I'm saying like I wasn't like insanely heartbroken. Some relationship breakups hit worse than others, but like in the moment I was like, what? Like, what is going on? I don't know about y'all, but like I don't be announcing my breakup like that, especially like in my community. It's just a lot. I kind of just let people see it and figure it out on their own. So I obviously didn't tell anybody, and neither did my best friend. I was like, oh, just say we're still together so we can get the tea. Like, I'm trying to figure out, what is this girl talking about? Like, what does she know? Because I want to know what she knows. So my best friend texted her, was like, oh yeah, they're still together, like what's up? You guys, she sends my best friend a message that he's been DMing a bunch of girls from her sorority and like other sororities. They were all talking about it because girls are girls, of course. So of course they asked her and told her like, oh, this guy is DMing me. And then the girl was like, wait, he has a whole girlfriend, I'm pretty sure. So I believed it, as I should. I obviously told my best friend, and she agreed to ask for proof. We got the proof, and it was like so cringy. Just thinking about them, it literally like grossed me out. And since I broke up with him, he was acting like, you know, all heartbroken, like, oh my god, oh my god. I feel like a lot of the times people are like, oh wait, you broke up with him. Yeah, I broke up with him because he was like not coming to see me, and like I would have to drive like 4.5, sometimes 5 hours for you to still act like you're sad in front of me, and then you're gonna DM girls on Instagram and think like nothing of it. But it doesn't just end there, okay? You know, I was a little petty back in the day. I was one of those like get on Instagram, post everything and ruin everybody's life and expose everybody and confront everybody. Like that was me. But we don't do that no more. But we used to. When I found out about all this stuff, I was like, oh no. You know what I did? I started talking to my ex-boyfriend again.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I got his fraternity shirt and I took a picture and I posted it on my Snapchat story. Y'all. Oh yeah, also I confronted him about that. I was like, oh, you want to be out here DMing girls? And he was like, but we're broken up. We're broken up. I was like, you're right. We are broken up. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. First of all, I was petty back in the day. I don't do that anymore. But I got the reaction that I wanted. It was like one of those selfies where only the person that is supposed to see the details would look hard enough to see the details. It was very intentional but also like discreet, and it was such like a F you from me to him. Like, okay, you think boo boo them girls didn't even respond to your DM. At the end of the day, if you gonna play the game, at least be good at it. Like, you're just taking straight L's, my guy. Do better. But you can't do better. But I'm not mad at all. I feel like I haven't straightened my hair in so long, and another thing that's a part of my order is I do my hair, makeup, outfit, and then I touch up my hair just in case like it got messed up a little bit when I put my outfit on. And look how freaking cute these little clips are. And like I said, I'm gonna do a very simple look. Okay, I'm literally doing this just for the video, first of all, but I'm going in with the e.l.f. primer. Not that this is a makeup video at all. Would y'all believe me if I told y'all that a guy made a PowerPoint presentation about me? Yep, he made a PowerPoint presentation about me, y'all. Let's get into it. So basically, I was in high school, but once again, we did not go to the same school. So pretty much we barely saw each other. This guy was kind of like, first of all, I regret all of these guys, but this guy in particular just like rubs me the wrong way for some reason. Like, kind of gives me like not like crazy boyfriend vibes, like super I love you so much and like don't go away from me, that kind of vibe. Okay, first I'm gonna give y'all some backstory on me and this guy. First of all, we never dated, thank God, and honestly I didn't really like him that much. This was like my phase where I would just like this is so bad to say, but I would just entertain a bunch of guys at the same time because I didn't care to date anybody. Pretty much I was just having fun, y'all. Like, I just but I feel like I also wasn't dragging it for like someone to be that obsessed with me, because like if you juggling multiple people, y'all, also I was not in a relationship, so this is okay, but if you're juggling like multiple people when you're a teenager, like what could I possibly have said to you that would have made you like obsessed with me? You know what I mean? Like, I really couldn't have said anything like that, especially if we barely even met. Like, I think I met him like twice or 3 times. He definitely hates me, by the way. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I forgot like if it was over text or FaceTime, but he pretty much said that he was like making this PowerPoint presentation for school, and he was like, oh, I have a surprise for you with one of the slides, like I'm doing something special. And I thought it would just be like something cool, or maybe something that like I'm interested in too, that he's interested in, or something. Like, I didn't really think much of it. I feel like I stopped thinking about it the next 10 seconds. Like, I literally thought about it for 10 seconds. And then I get like a text from him like a few days later, whenever he was in that class, right, being like, oh, I'm about to do my PowerPoint presentation, like I'm gonna talk to you after. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. Didn't think anything of it, obviously. And then I get a video from him and I'm like, oh, what is this? And he's like, watch the video. I watched the video. You guys, he is standing in front of his entire class, like doing a PowerPoint presentation, and I look behind him. I think it was like 2 or 3 slides, or 1, I don't know. I think it was 2. I think it was 2, y'all. And there were pictures of me on it. Like, he was obviously talking about me, and I guess he wanted me to hear it, but you guys, it felt so cringy. I was like, wait, because I've had a stalker situation too at school. We gonna get into that. I think I like didn't respond, or I think I like faked it or something. I think it was the PowerPoint presentation part was just so traumatizing. Like, that's all I can remember. And I know one of the pictures was like of me with like the Snapchat like crown filter on. I was like, wait, why did he pick that picture? Like, that's actually an ugly picture for me to be up in front of your entire class, and that's what you pick of me? Like, what if there was a fine guy in your class? Like like, he should have at least plugged my Instagram. Like, come on now. A few years later, me and my friends were at like a club / bar in Atlanta, and he was there, and I have not seen him since I stopped talking to him. You guys, when I tell you my jaw dropped, I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen him in so long. Like, at the time, I didn't remember why we stopped talking, so I didn't remember that we weren't cool like that, and I didn't remember why we wouldn't be cool like that. He went up to one of my guy friends that was with us and was like, why are you friends with them? With like like a huge attitude. And when he said them, he was talking about me and another person we were with. And then of course my friend comes up to me and he's like, oh, so and so just came up to me and asked like why I'm friends with you guys. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, like it was super weird. And I was like, that is really weird. And a person that I was with brought her friend, and her friend I guess had like hooked up with him or like talked to him or something like that. So I guess like she was really trying to get his attention, and he wasn't paying attention to her, he was paying attention to me, but in a negative way. Like he was not happy to see me. You guys, he literally comes up behind me and I'm like facing this way, and then when I turn around he's like right there, and he literally was like, first of all, so drunk, and he flicks me off in front of everybody. I was actually in such shock that I was laughing, and I think that's what made him more mad. Like my guy friend was like, okay, let's like walk away because this is like getting kind of weird. So yeah, we stayed in our area, we didn't go near him or his friends, like we just did our own thing, which is what we were there to do in the first place. So then we ended our night, we had a great time, and I'm in the car. The girl he was like talking to, hooked up with, whatever, I was in the front seat and she was in the back. She was looking at my phone and she was like, is that him? And I was like, yeah. He messaged me on Snapchat, and I was like, I'm gonna be so honest with you, like I actually don't remember why we ended on bad terms. Like I didn't know there was a problem. And he didn't believe me. And also this entire time that he's texting me on Snapchat, he literally has the most stank attitude. Like he actually is speaking to me like he hates me. And I was like, what did I do? He was like, oh, you broke it off with me because you want to go back to your ex-boyfriend, who to this day
Here we go again.
is the ex-boyfriend of 7 years. And I was like, oh my god, like I was really leaving guys to go back to this dude that ain't worth. Not that I would have stayed with this guy either, because I obviously wasn't ever into him, but I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I was like very genuine. To this day, like I'm genuinely apologizing. But it was also one of those things, like it would hurt for anybody to have to hear that from someone they're interested in, so it's inevitable at some point. Yeah, I'm also a victim in a situation, but I'm also like the cause in a situation, you know what I mean? And I'm willing to accept that. That's life. And y'all, the girl that was sitting behind me that was reading the message, she was like, oh my god, like he's like really obsessed with you, like he really likes you. She was not happy about that. Like I could like smell the jealousy coming off of her, and I was like, girl, you can have him. I was like, I don't want him at all, and he clearly don't want me. But I was like, girl, I do not care, trust me. Honestly, I feel like this whole video is just showing how terrible my judgment is with guys. I just need a whole reset, because this obviously was just not working for me. You know what the crazy thing is, you guys? I never had a relationship with my type. Like my physical type I have talked to, but like number one, I've never had a fallout with my type, and I've also never had the chance to be in a relationship with my type. This sounds so bad, but it's true, okay? If y'all did ever end up seeing like the guys that I have dated, like been in relationships with, you guys would be like, girl, like really? Like the guy that broke my heart, I'll never forget my friend at the time. She was like, he acting like he's Neymar, like he's acting like he looks like Neymar, like he's in no position to be acting like that with you. Not that I'm like into Neymar or anything, like I don't even know anything about that man, but I was like, that is so facts. Like you really think you him. Should I get into the stalker guy since I already brought him up? I feel like I should. Y'all want to know another crazy thing? My ex-boyfriend dated my best friend, and for some context, this is the ex-boyfriend of 7 years. Okay, so let's talk about how I found out, because of course neither one of them decided to tell me. I had to find out from someone else. So pretty much this was during high school, and I was just waiting outside, waiting for my mom to come and pick me up. My ex-best friend's ex-boyfriend comes up to me, and also he was such a sweet guy, honestly, like the nicest person ever. And he's like, did you know that she's dating someone from blank school? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, he's Indian. And y'all, it took me 3.2 seconds to put 2 and 2 together and do the math. And I was like, oh wow, like this is actually crazy, like this can't be real right now. And like I was going through a lot in high school, like so much stuff was happening in my life, personal and public. And keep in mind, she was still my friend at the time, and obviously she met him through me. Like it was just like God was just telling me, like, girl, this is what it is, like you don't even guess. At this point in my life, I was very petty, and I just did not care what anyone had to say about me. This was also like when people would just post like anything on Instagram and say anything and whatever. I would literally tag Like, I would tag them and I'd be like, yes, this is about you, read it and then be mad at it if you want to be mad at it. If anything, I want you to be mad at it. That's valid. Like, I would crash out too. I was going through so much, y'all. Give me a break. And y'all want to know what's the craziest part about all this stuff? I still went back to him. I still went back to him, y'all. And I would always go back because I think it just felt safe. Never again. Never again. And the reason why I regret that entire relationship and that person so much, like, I actually wish I never met that person. And I know that sounds crazy to say, you guys, but like, this man did not just break my heart. Oh no, no, no. That would be putting it very lightly. Not only did he break my heart, he ripped my heart out of my chest, threw it on the ground, stomped on it, picked it up and threw it in the fire, and he laughed while he watched my heart burn. I'm the type of person where I laugh through my trauma because it's like, what else I'm gonna do? Like, I already cried for years and years. Like, what am I gonna do now? And y'all wanna know what's the craziest thing, you guys? Oh my god. Tell me why he re-followed me on TikTok yesterday. And I showed my mom and my mom was like, ugh. She was like, oh no. And she was basically saying how they always come back. Growing up should be like, oh, they're just jealous of you. Like, she's that type of mom. Like, she like gasses me up so much and I love her with all my heart. Y'all, since we're on the topic of boys, let me tell y'all, okay? I was the notorious like wifey fixer-upper woman. Like, I just loved a good project. I love fixing people up and making them amazing and then sending them off for another girl to enjoy. And like, always picking projects you don't actually get to enjoy a cooked man. Like, I was the girl that was cooking. Like, you know when they be like, someone cooked here? Like, I was the one who had to deal with the 10 in 1 and now you get like a full skincare routine of a man. Okay, now I'm gonna have to touch up the little straightened pieces. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna get a whole outfit together, but honestly I think I'm just gonna change my bottoms, which kind of defeats the purpose of this video. But I'm literally just going to a grocery store, so I don't mind wearing this, so just bear with me. Okay, I'll just put it right here. Okay, this is my outfit. I'm still wearing the same hoodie because I don't care to change for the grocery store. I already did hair and makeup for the grocery store, you know. I told you guys I like the back of the hoodie and I like how it slouches and how the sleeves are like so big. And then my sweatpants, these are just from Amazon and I love these so much because it is raining outside and it's really, really cold. So I thought I'd just wear this and call it a day. Bye, y'all.